Greetings. This is another installment of the CJ Wilkins YouTube channel and also the Be a Man podcast affiliate. And today, guys, I'm going to talk about the importance of always leading off and operating from a position of power. If you've been listening to my content since day one, or if you are a new sub or a new listener, I appreciate you. I salute you. One thing you have always constantly heard me refer to is the importance of a man operating from a position of power, right? And I also have an episode that talks about this and deals with this from the perspective of dealing with women, right, and female nature, right? But I really want to harp on this a little harder. I went back and I listened to the episode. I've been reading some of the reviews of that episode and older episodes. And when I get the critiques, man, I appreciate the critiques. You know what I'm saying? When people, I really used to have a ghetto operation. Like, the audio used to be horrible. I used to kind of just go off the whim and not really be structured and how I made my videos and my episodes. And I've most definitely, I believe, I've gotten better as a result over time, right? But it's very important for guys to really understand what I mean when I say operate from a position of power. Let me tell you what this doesn't mean first, right? Because it's very easy for things to get kind of lost in translation, and there are certain buzzwords that you hear in today's culture and in today's setting to where it's easy for people to flip what you're saying or misinterpret what you're saying, right? What I'm not talking about when I'm saying you have to operate from a position of power is I'm not saying you have to operate in a space to where you're trying to make a woman your servant or your maid or your slave, or you have to make a woman solely exist for the purpose of pleasing you. You know what I'm saying? That's not what I'm saying. I know there's a lot of red pill guys or content creators or fake MGTOW guys or whatever who they make episodes talking about position of power from a standpoint of you have to dominate women, and you can't let a bitch have a life of her own, and she can't have her own hobbies and passions and things like that. That is most definitely what I'm not talking about when I say operate from a position of power. When I'm talking about operating from a position of power, what I am talking about is you should never tolerate disrespect. You should never tolerate less than what you're bringing to the table in return from someone else, right? That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about if you are a righteous, virtuous, upstanding man in a marriage or in a relationship or dating even, and there's no level of, one, reciprocity, but two, and more importantly, if you're being disrespected by this person or by these people, because it isn't always in a romantic sense, right? You have to operate from a position of power professionally. You got to operate from a position of power in platonic friendships, your inner circles and shit. When you're dealing with family, especially with family, because family are the most intimate people to you. They're the closest ones to you, and they know you on a more intimate type level, right? So especially family. You know what I mean? When you're listening to a CJ Wilkins YouTube channel, when you're listening to the Be a Man podcast, and CJ is dropping them gems, and I'm giving you that apostolic teaching, in a sense, about certain topics and subject matters, right? When I talk about position of power, when you hear me say position of power, I'm talking about you have to conduct and carry yourself in a way to where when people deal with you, they know that you're serious. They know that they cannot belittle you. They know that they cannot. They understand subconsciously that it's a privilege and it's an honor to be around you, to be in your presence. It's not a right. And that's where a lot of guys get it fucked up. They operate in the sense to where like they're just too easily accessible by anyone, and they'll tolerate anything. They'll tolerate any sort of poor or toxic or Jezebel behavior from a woman. And I understand why the guys do it, right? Do I want men to operate like that? Of course not. Do I wish all men could break themselves from that way of thinking, from that way of existing? Of course, absolutely. If I could snap my finger like Thanos and every man could cease being a simp or being, in the streets we call it weak for a bitch, A lot of niggas be real, they be real sweet over a hoe, man. Tender dick ass niggas, man. I wish I could snap my finger and guys could quit being so weak over some Star-Kissed tuna, bro. Like, bro, stop being so pathetic over some bitches, bro. You know what I'm saying? You do not tolerate disrespect. You do not tolerate disobedience. And yes, I'm saying disobedience. That wasn't a typo. That wasn't a mistake. That wasn't, no, nigga, like, if your woman is disobedient to you and you tolerate it, you accept it, you are not only enabling, but you're co-signing the poor behavior from your woman. Hence, she is losing an incredible amount of respect for you, if not all. You're simultaneously drying her out. You're literally drying her out. Like she's not aroused, or she's not turned on by a man who tolerates bad and poor behavior from her. And the more a woman knows, understand this here, guys. Women are very smart, right? I don't think this makes women bad. I don't think this makes women, awful people or nothing like that. This ain't no female bashing channel, right? But I think women understand, and they know when they have a sucker. When a woman knows she got a sucker, man, when she knows she got a weak, tender dick, beta male, cuck, bitch ass nigga, man, when she knows she got a guy like that, and she got a guy wrapped around her finger to where no matter what she do, he gonna always like forgive her and turn the other cheek and, act like nothing happened and pretend everything's okay. When a woman understands she got a guy like that in her life, let me give y'all some free game. A few things happen. One, because there's no incentive for her to correct her behavior and act better or the way that she's supposed to act, she's never going to improve her behavior. That's one. Two, she's growing resentment intimately because she's not aroused by you. She's not turned on by you because you're so weak and passive and you're beta. She is every day growing more and more resentful, and she's developing a stronger distaste for you intimately and romantically because she knows she's with a bitch. She's essentially in a lesbian relationship with a woman who has male genitalia. She has no respect for you. So think about it. If a woman knows she's with a sucker, right? And this ain't, I say like nigga because it's interchangeable, but like I'm not saying like nigga from a race standpoint. If she's with a guy and she know the guy is weak, she knows the guy, she doesn't have to respect him. She knows that this isn't someone I have to really show a reverence for. I can treat this guy however way I want to, do what I want to do, act how I want to act, disregard his whole entire genetic makeup as a man, and he's not going to do anything. And the reason why he's not going to do anything is because he has an inferiority complex, right? He has a inability to understand that there is an abundance of women on this planet, Especially if you are a heterosexual man who's stable. I'm not even talking like, when I say like, when you got shit going on, like, I'm not saying like you gotta be like in the top 1% or a high value male or like, bullshit like that. If you are a heterosexual man in fairly good shape or condition, and you're stable, you have your own transportation, you have your own place to live and roof over your head, and you have a way to generate income or multiple streams of income per month, you're stable. You can literally handpick most women on this planet. Like, there's never a drought for a man who's confident, got his shit together, and likes women. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's never like a shortage of buffet options for guys who have his shit together like that. But the guys who may be deficient in some, if not all, of those areas, right? Some guys may have that, but they may not have the confidence. Like, I know so many guys who make six figures and like they do well financially, and they think because that they're doing better financially, they think that inadvertently because of that, women are gonna treat me different. Like, women are gonna, the way I respect myself and the way my industry respects me for being a great producer, a high earner, they think that women are gonna inadvertently, automatically respect and view them with the same type of reverence, and it just doesn't work like that, bro. You know what I'm saying? A bitch can respect what you can do for her. She can respect the accolades that come with you, but you really want a woman to respect you. You really want a woman to fuck with you, bro, whether your net worth is 8 figures or 4 figures or 3 figures. You know, that's ideally what you want, right? You don't want, a lot of you niggas be having these escort ass type relationships, bro, and you wonder why the chick don't respect you. And the chick don't respect you because there's a lot of reasons why women don't respect some of you guys, but the biggest reason is she knows that her behavior will never be checked by you. You know what I'm saying? She knows that she can exhibit piss poor behavior and you're gonna stick around and you're gonna forgive her. You may act like you're mad, but you will tolerate, some of you niggas tolerate the utmost disrespect and be right back with the bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, niggas like be throwing slugs on social media, acting like they mamas and shit, man, on, be tweeting hoes and on Facebook, sending shots at them and shit, man. Passive aggressively going in on bitches and shit, bro. In the group chat, man, talking about, man, this bitch did, this bitch did, woo, woo, woo. And they lay back up with the bitch 2 days later, like, bro, why did you do all that? Why you do all that, that cheerleading in the comment section or like in the text or on the phone talking about this chick if you were gonna return right back to her, bro? A lot of these guys, man, they have a scarcity complex about themselves to where they're so afraid that they don't know where they gonna get their next piece of pussy from, that they'll tolerate anything that comes from a woman in a negative space. And I'm here to tell you, man, women act better. They actually, I'm telling you something, bro. And this is free game. I'm not charging y'all for this. I'm telling y'all this because I love y'all. And hell, if you listening to my shit, man, you got enough game naturally, bro, to where you just understand, like, this is how it is, right? But when women know they're with a man who will replace their ass, they tend to carry themselves with a little more class and respect. They act a little better. They act a lot better, bro. It's no different than that employer who has a zero tolerance policy when it comes to being late for work or fucking up projects or making mistakes with accounts. If you fuck up enough times, you're gone. You're out of here. See, when a woman knows I can't fuck up too many times with this man. I can't fuck up that many times. First time, okay. I tug at your shirt tail and we'll like have a conversation about it. But when it becomes a repeated thing, bro, it's not a mistake. It's a choice. She's choosing to act a certain way or to be this or that. None of which is beneficial to you and or the kingdom that you're trying to build, right? So if a woman knows that she's disposable, bro, in your eyes, not disposable in the sense of where I'm gonna hold shit over her head. You know what I'm saying? Cause that's some fuck nigga shit. Like if you telling a woman, hey man, you know, I ain't gonna be with you if you do this like that. Okay, like that's some whole shit. But I'm saying like you carry yourself in a way to where she know I can't make too many mistakes with this nigga. I can't fuck up too many times and still be a part of his operation of his life. He gonna replace me if I don't act like I want to be here. When women are with guys like that, bro, they get them niggas the nastiest sex. They get the most, that monkey will become the most wettest and stickiest it's ever been. And she has a desire for a guy like that, bro. She may not like it, you know what I'm saying? She may feel like, okay, well, he an asshole and he's a jerk, he's this, you know. He view me as an object or whatever, but when you carry yourself as a man from the standpoint of, okay, I love to have you here. I love to be with you. I actually want to be your guy, right? We can have some great times together. We can build something like woo woo woo. But, you know, X, Y, Z are deal breakers. Is not tolerated. You know, so always do what you want to do, but you gotta understand X, Y, and Z, automatic termination. Ain't no counseling, ain't no conversation, ain't no making it up, ain't no trying to fuck it away. You know, sometimes like hoes will know, like if they with a simp, all they gotta do is throw the simp a little pussy and like he'll forget about the whole thing and like thinking that the problem is now gone or like it didn't happen. But you can't really do that to a guy who like has an abundance mindset, a guy who it's not difficult for him to get the things that he want as it pertains to the female gender, right? So you gotta understand they have a much higher level of respect for men like that, because those men will let them know you're disposable. I can get 10 more just like you before the close of business today. And it's nothing personal, but it's like that. All right. So in closing class today, we learned the importance of operating from a position of power. I'm not gonna keep like rambling on about this. You guys already, you know, and you get it. What you could do for your boy though is that if you know any guy out there who kind of struggles with this topic or may need some extra pointers or some more advice, or he may just need to hear this. He may just need that affirmation that, dang, I need to really boss up and start carrying myself with a little more self-respect. So the women I deal with and the people I deal with in general will in turn have more respect for me. Because people are going to do one or two things. When you carry yourself with self-respect, they're either going to increase their respect for you or they're going to get the fuck away from you. So either way, it takes great care of itself. So anyway, man, thank y'all so much for listening and supporting my YouTube channel, bro, the CJ Wilkins YouTube channel, and also my podcast, the Be A Man Podcast. Be sure to like, comment, share, sub, all that good shit. It's good for the algorithm. And it's your boy CJ, and I'm out. Peace.